The Panthers give a massive update. After a lackluster preseason performance against the Bills last Saturday, the Panthers have made a decision for their starters this weekend. Who will we see in action against the Jacksonville Jaguars? What's going on, guys? It is Tanner Blue, Carolina Panthers Digest. Hope you were doing well. Happy Monday. Looking forward, as always, to talking Carolina Panthers football with you this upcoming week. Guys, before we get into it, you know the drill. We are on the road to 500 subscribers. So close. I think we're just a handful away. So thank you for everyone that has joined and, join in the comments and join the channel, help build this community so far. It's been a lot of fun talking Panthers football with you guys. So thank you so much and continue for your support. I really do appreciate it. Excuse me, but today we're going to talk about what the starters' plans are for this upcoming Friday night against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Well, before we get into it, it is there's no surprise here. The starters are going to be playing this upcoming Friday. We do have been given confirmation by that from head coach Dave Canales. It is no secret that the Carolina Panthers starters, especially on offense, did not get the job done last week against the Bills. The starting offense at least could not muster a first down. 3 and outs. They hit the bench. It just was not good enough. Again, there are two things can be true at once. It is just a preseason game, but also at the same time, you've got the same quarterback, the same staff, the same receivers, the same core of players, and you have to be better than that. You have to see more. I know Panthers fans, despite it being a preseason game, were definitely left a bit frustrated after that offensive performance. So we are going to get to see more of that. So let's take a look at this article and get into the topic of today. This article comes to us from Panthers Wire. Anthony Rizzuti putting this article together. So let's get into it. After a lackluster showing in Orchard Park, New York on Saturday, the Carolina Panthers' first unit will be getting a chance to redeem themselves this week. At Monday's session of training camp, head coach Dave Canales was asked about his plans for the team's starters ahead of their upcoming work with the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Panthers and Jags will be meeting up for a joint practice on Wednesday, followed up by a preseason matchup at Everbank Stadium on Friday. And according to Canales, his guys will be out there. So, head coach Dave Canales basically confirming it there that, we're getting the joint practice this week with the Jaguars on Wednesday, and then preseason game on Friday. The starters will be getting some action. I'm not 100% sure of what that timeline is going to be, how many snaps they're going to get, but I can guarantee you this. All eyes will be on the Panthers offense coming into this game. So, again, I understand it is the preseason, but like I said, you have to get more from your starters. We've got to see something. I'm not expecting them to come out and score 30 points, but you have to understand, this is a huge year for this offense. This is a huge year for Bryce Young. This is a huge year for the team itself. And in order for the team to accomplish what they want to do, the offense cannot come out looking lackluster like they did against the Bills. We've seen it before in the Dave Canales era. We've seen this unfortunate ability to start slow on offense and really take time to get into a rhythm. And I can understand that if it's your first year or second year, you've got changes, new players, new staff, new system. But this stuff is, the Panthers are they know what they're doing. They know what the plan is. They know how to execute. They know what they need to do. So can they do it? They have to come out and show something on Friday. I'm not saying they need to come out and score 40, 50 points on the Jaguars within 2 quarters, but can we see some progression, something to be excited about going into the regular season? Because you're going to be playing a Bears team that they're going to score points, okay? Panthers defense looks pretty good so far. The starters do. Bears are going to score points. That's what they do. That is what they designed to do. Ben Johnson, he's going to make sure that offense is firing on all cylinders, ready to go. So the Panthers have to come out ready to score points come week 1. So we will see what happens with that. But let's continue on the article. Got some more information here I want to dive into. The Carolina Panthers starters were largely disappointing in this past weekend's 29-14 loss to the Buffalo Bills. Their putrid performance was headlined by an alarmingly inept offering by the offense, which turned in 3 and outs on their 3 possessions. And again, that's just, it's unacceptable at this point. I can understand that the guards were missing, but you can't pick up a first down. Yeah, I got to see better than that. It is unfortunate that we're having this conversation so early in the preseason. You want to go into the season with some excitement, some juice, happy about your offense, but after last weekend, Panthers fans, they're feeling a little tepid right now, and I don't disagree. You want to see more from Bryce Young and the offense. So let's continue here. The last little part of the article going to give us some more information. Following the defeat, Canales told reporters that the group did not earn the opportunity to go back out for a fourth drive. He elaborated on those comments. I wish people could see what's happening in practice. We're beating the crap out of each other, he stated. Last week, we practiced 4 out of 5 days, really physical practices, and one of the first times I've had to step in front of the room and say, hey, we need to bring these back a little bit in some of these situations because of the tempo and the way that we're playing. So you can see here what Canales is saying. He's saying that the practices have been physical. They've been good. Guys are really getting after it. They're ready for football. They're ready for contact. They're ready to play other teams. But unfortunately, that just did not come to fruition against the Buffalo Bills on Saturday, at least from an offensive perspective. So the Panthers certainly, like I said, they're going to have eyes on them. A lot of Panthers fans, some analysts, the commentators, and myself, we're going to have our eyes on the offense. I would suspect that you're probably going to get a quarter's worth of football from the starters on offense, I would imagine. But I will say the small silver lining is that I'm happy that the Panthers starters are getting to play now, and they're getting some of that rust off. In previous preseasons, the starters really didn't play much at all. We just kind of rode into the regular season just saying, it's the preseason. Things will happen. Things will turn up. Things will get better. And as we've seen historically with this team, that's not been the case. It has taken us a while to get this offense moving and grooving. Bryce Young and Dave Canales, now that play calling's been taken over by Brad Idzik, things could be a little bit different. So I'm glad that the Panthers are getting opportunities. They're getting reps, at least on the offensive side of the football, to try to get into a rhythm, to try to kickstart that offense. Because like I said, and I'm going to keep saying it until the Panthers offense shows otherwise, the Bears are going to be ready to score some points. They are a good football team last year. They are known for their offense. They are ready to come out and score points. Ben Johnson even going on record, I believe, a few weeks ago saying he wanted to have the highest scoring offense of all time. Well, the Panthers are playing the Bears week 1. The Panthers better be ready and have a game plan on offense to come out and score some points, because the Bears are going to try to do everything they can to try to put 30, 40 points on their head on the road at Bank of America Stadium. So really looking forward to see what the Panthers game plan is offensively. I've seen some people talk about things like, the offense, it's being vanilla on purpose. And, while that might be true to a certain extent, I think if you have to really disguise a lot of your good plays early on in the preseason, that means you probably don't have a lot of great plays designed going into the regular season. So it just gives you more time to see what works, see what doesn't. I understand you don't want to give everything away, but at the same time, you got to come out firing on all cylinders. At least show us the ability that you can move the ball, make these huge chunk plays, get in a position to score, and you want to see Bryce Young look how he has in the games he's played well. You want to see him look fluid. You want to see him look confident. You want to see him to be able to deliver the football, stand in the pocket, move when he needs to, and deliver a pass. It just seemed like on Saturday, granted the offensive line play was not good, you felt like a little bit of regression. Again, it's just a preseason game, but you just feel, I've seen this before. I don't like how this feels, Panthers fans. You know what I'm talking about. So you want to make sure we get ahead of that and try to avoid that and continue to progress as an offense. I know the guys have been working hard. I know they can do better than this. I want to see it on the field. So that's all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Please make sure to keep pounding, like, and subscribe. And we will see you on the next video.